Hello everybody, oh my, back here with another Danmachi video. Sorry about yesterday. I meant to upload the other day, but I'll be honest with you, I totally spaced. And not only that, yesterday was a bit busier than I thought it was going to be. But we are back for today. So today expect, of course, this video and then either a Dokkan or a Konosuba video, but we'll see. And either way though, today we're going to be going over Record Buster, and we're going to pretty much be showing you the strategy that I've been using for this one this time around. So this is going to go up a day before this event leaves. Even if you don't have these units, mainly use units that are going to be the type advantage or the recommended, which this time around is water, which as you can see, this is a mainly water team. So I also use Haruhime just for the debuff. It's really useful, it's nice. It's super helpful, and then the other two pretty much in the back is in case everything goes wrong, and they're just there to rebuff or do stuff like that. So, let us go into the event. So, I'm going to make sure auto's turned off, and I'm going to explain you my strategy, even though this one's a little bit newer, so it's going to be a little bit more confusing. But it shouldn't be too bad. So, pretty much, oh, yours isn't set up, huh? So pretty much this is what I do. We do skill 1 with Makoto, which will increase SA charge for everyone by 33%. And she just gets a bunch of buffs to herself, which is really good. We use Frozen Orb. Pretty much the same thing. She gives herself a bunch of buffs, action, and she gets SA charge. With her, we want to use Energize. Debuffs her and then gives us a small little HP heal. And then Akine with Haruhime to just start to debuff Reveria right there. So, we go through our first turn. It's going to be pretty easy. Not too bad. Shouldn't take much damage at all. For now. Later on, though, we'll take a little bit more. But, yeah, pretty much we go to her skill 2, which will debuff her. Her skill 1 to buff herself and a couple allies. We want to go to Calming Strike with her. And then Sheikah just to raise the counter attempt. So we have 2 healers healing as much as we possibly can. And there we go. Not going too bad. Then with this one, again, we're going to use her skill 3 and her skill 2. Calming Strike, and then this time we're using Yosiga to continue the debuffs going. You know, I think some of the debuffs went off. Probably because we didn't just use Yosiga a lot, gosh. But yeah, pretty much we are just going with this strategy for right now. I wonder why she's doing that. We want her to attack. So pretty much this round we just attack with whatever. Make sure everybody's healed, and then making sure we use Calming Strike for when she does her buff, so then we can remove it so she can't just do absurd damage to us during her ultimate, or else pretty much that would be a GG on our end. And make sure with you, even if you don't have her, just make sure you have someone that can remove magic buffs, because if you don't, this will be much harder than it has to be. So we're going to go do this. Pretty much repeat our first turn into our 5th turn, and then pretty much so on and so forth. This time it is Sheikah, huh? Did we use a Yosiga last turn? We did use a Yosiga. Okay. We're pretty much just keep going until eventually we get to the 8th turn. It should happen soon. We'll probably have to do Artie again. If I had to guess, yeah, we have to do Artie again. That's okay. But yeah, no, honestly, out of all of these, Reveria to me, besides maybe, I always forget the one girl's name. That's also, forget her name. It starts with an R, I'm pretty sure, but I do not remember. Besides her, I think she's probably definitely one of the easier ones in my opinion, and that's just because I do have more magic-based units than I do physical. So anything that has to do with physical is just a little bit harder in my opinion. Now, we are on to this phase, which after we survive this turn, which we should. Nice. Ooh, Makoto took a little bit more damage than I thought she would. We're going to make sure to use Haruhime's ult. Next, we want to use Tranquilizer, so everybody can get a nice little buff, and then pretty much do the same thing we've been doing with these two. We get the Haruhime buff, which heals us for 3 turns, and we get 100% strength and magic to all allies, which is really good. So now we're just going to be tanking even better. So we're going to make sure, we don't have to do that, but we want to make sure Calming Strike with her, Yoshiga with her, Diamond Lance, and then of course Zure Flash is what I believe it's called. And we should pretty much be good to go. Oh yeah, we definitely are. And then this turn we're going to make sure to use Makoto's and Riveria's ult, just because that's how we're going to be doing most of our damage during this run. So we're going to do Makoto's ult. We'll show you what Makoto's looks like since we haven't seen it much before. I think it's pretty cool, even though I think my favorites, it's definitely Bell. But does not mean Makoto's ultimate does not look clean as hell. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is absurd. And then we'll skip Riveria. We know what Riveria does. Just summons massive water. But yeah. Ooh, her damage that time around wasn't optimal. But you know, that's the point of Record Busters sometimes. At the end of the day, sometimes it is a little bit luck-based. But now, as we're getting a little bit closer, pretty much still keeping the same strategy. We're going to make sure Calming Strike, because she's going to give ourselves, this time, a really powerful magical buff. And we want to make sure that goes away as soon as possible, or else we are going to be getting hit hard. On her ult, which thankfully, since we have Artie, can be done pretty quickly. And we're going to be getting hit by her ult again. In the next turn, I'm pretty sure we survive. Oh yeah. We're going to be using these two's ult. This time, though, we're going to be using Energize with her so we can get just more of a heal buff. Because as you can see, Haruhime is barely surviving at this point, and we need someone to heal just in case we take too much damage. By the way, Makoto only has 2 dupes, and she's still doing more damage than Riveria, which is absurd to me. That's hilarious. Just the power creep in this game from the 3rd to the 4th year anniversary. That's insane. But you know, as we whittle our way down to the final moments of this fight, which at this point you pretty much just do your most damaging moves as much as possible so you can just get the most out of your score at the end. And then usually, sometimes you might have an ult at the end, sometimes you don't. Either you just use your most powerful skills again, or you make sure to use your most powerful ult, which in this case and scenario, it's going to be Makoto, and then everybody else just goes for the attack. So as we see more of our damage, dang, almost 1 million again. That's insane. And she, at this point, Riveria cannot kill us. We are good. And there we go. We pretty much almost ended with full HP, and there we go. We got a score of, I want to say, 223 million? Pretty good, you know, pretty good. If you had a max Makoto, I bet you it would be more towards, with my level, probably towards maybe the top 10? Maybe. But yeah, no, this so far has been going pretty well. And then just to show off at the end of it, we did do our final summon in the gacha. That was one of the little video that was supposed to go up yesterday, but didn't. So I'll just show you what we got real quick. Whoops, we went to the wrong one. If we go to our assists, there we go. So we pulled Hestia, which with me, it's fine. That means we pretty much got every single 4th year anniversary unit without spending any money, which in my opinion is pretty darn good. I am probably, once we get to the next heroic trials, definitely going to give her the dupe, just because I think she is definitely the best out of the new ones, but I could be wrong. People might think it's Hestia or even Hermes, even though I still think Hermes is the weakest in my opinion. Yeah, I just think there's better, and it could have been better, but overall, no. This time around, the even if you do the lower versions of the newest Record Buster, you'll still get some nice little rewards, some iris, stuff like that. If we look at our rewards currently for me, because of our rank, we're around this area, I'm going to get either 600 or 550 iris, which is pretty darn good. Some little ascension stuff, and 8 Hero Falena, which I'll always take. But yeah, pretty much today's video was just showing off a little bit of Record Buster, and I'll probably catch you guys in the next video. See you, everybody.